So, good evening, everyone. You are welcome to another edition of class by Alisonia StatGuide. Today, we will continue from where we stopped yesterday to data analysis part 2. So, this is where we stopped yesterday. So, I told you which kind of test you use based on your research question or objective or the purpose you are planning out the research. So, I think this might not be well explanatory to non-major statistics. So I would like to buttress more points about this. So by starting from this side. So yeah, I talk about common data analysis methods. We have descriptive statistics, just like I mentioned yesterday, with measure of central tendency, mean, median, and mode. Then measure of dispersion, variance, standard deviation, range, interquartile range, semi-quartile range, and so on and so forth. And the most commonly used one, which is inferential analysis, t-test is divided into three: one sample t-test, independent sample t-test, paired sample t-test, then we have regression, Bayesian correlation, and then chi-square. Chi-square measure of dependence. So we treating this one by one. I mean, the inferential analysis. We are going to be treating it one by one. So let's start from t-test. So when do we use t-test? We use it to compare the average or mean between two groups, like male, female, group A and group B, yes or no responses. When you have that, then you have to use your filter. If the groups you want to compare come from different populations, that is, if the participants in group A does not belong to participants in group B, they are independent, different populations. Let's say group of male and group of what? Female. So there's no person that is really male and female. All those cross gender they are just deceiving themselves. So there's no person that is really male and female together. So we have group A and we have what? Group B, which is male and female. In that sense, we are going to use what? Independent sample test on the word independent. So the example is comparing the BMI index of patients with diabetes or no diabetes. We have patients with diabetes, which is one group, patients with no diabetes, which is another group. That is two different groups. What do you want to compare? You want to compare their body mass index, which is BMI. You want to compare them whether their body mass difference is their body mass index is different or not. So in that sense, we use independent sample test, and there are still two groups. However, if the group comes from the same population, now the same population, we are going to have paired sample test or masked sample test, or which is also known as dependent sample test. In this sense, you want to compare the effectiveness of a training program on the same subject. For instance, maybe as a teacher, you want to compare the effectiveness of a new method of teaching students mathematics in class. So let's now assume that before you apply the new method, you gave the students some tests. You gave them tests and you take the record. That's what you mean by what? Test. That is what you mean by test. After you record their score, you now apply the new method that you want to teach. You want to maybe it is effective. After the application of the new method, you gave them another test. The same set of students. Maybe after some months that you might have applied the method, you give them the test, which is the test, the same set of students. That is what we have by what post-test score. You now find the difference between the pre-test and post-test. Most test maybe the difference is higher or is less or is the same. In that sense, we are going to have what paired sample system. That is when you have the same subject. And don't forget, it is also two groups, which is pre-test and post-test. If a single group is being compared to a known value, now you have a single group now to a known value. We have one sample pre-test. So example here is comparing the minimum wage of some state workers to the national average wage. We all know that the national average wage is 30,000 naira. So how many states in Nigeria are paying the minimum wage? So if you want to know that you can sample a group of workers in some state, that is just a single group. Ask them about their minimum wage, take the mean, and compare it with the national average. Is it less than the national average wage or more than the national average wage? So that's what we mean by what? One sample ticket. If the group are more than two, we have three or more, we are going to use analysis of variance. Call it analysis of variance. Analysis of variance is different thing as ticket. They are comparing the same thing, they are doing the same thing, just that the group are now more than two. That's just different. Analysis of variance is different. But if the group are more than two, that is when we have analysis of what variance. So the group now comes from different populations. We have one way analysis of variance. Examining how the level of employee training impacts customer satisfaction ratio. If the group comes from the same population, we have repeated measure analysis of variance. In this sense, we have to test, protest, post-test, and post-post-test. That is, before the training, post-test, after the training, then post-post-test, maybe several months after the training. You want to tell maybe the method you use. You want to tell the retentive memory of what to the student. So we are not going to cover this in measure here, but just know that one way ANOVA is independent ticket, but with more than two. Repeated measure ANOVA is dependent sample ticket, paired sample ticket, but with more than what? So that's just the difference. Let's move on to regression or correlation. It is used to investigate the relationship between two quantitative variables. Let me just say two or more. You are say two or more, not just two. 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on and so forth. So the variables have two independent variables. We use to regression. Examine the impact of employee wages on their job satisfaction ratio. Maybe in a company, the HR of the company wants to measure the employee job satisfaction. So we collect data on their wages and also their job satisfaction rating. We wanted to say maybe the wages they collect depends on how they rate their job satisfaction. So that's that. But if the variable does not have true independent variables, you have correlation. Here you just want to know for correlation, you just want to know the relationship. You are not concerned whether one have impact of the other. Just know whether as one increasing, the other is increasing, as one is decreasing, the other is increasing. This one is very common in financial stock market analysis. They want to know maybe as S&P 500 index is increasing, does it have effect on Tesla, and so on and so forth. So for chi-square, it is used to investigate the relationship between two categorical variables. We said it yesterday, just stating. It is most frequently used for the analysis of count of frequency data. Yes, that is categorical variable. When you have count of frequency data, we refer to that as what? Categorical or qualitative variable. Assessing the relationship between area of residence and disease diagnosis, maybe diabetes, maybe lateral river virus, maybe don't know, a lot of disease that we have in Nigeria, maybe COVID-19. We want to know maybe the prevalence of COVID-19 depend on what? On the area of what? Of residence. So on and so forth. Examining the relation between religious practice and support for Israel invasion of Gaza. This is what is common in our time right now, so that's why I use this example. So we can use skyscraper for that too. Because religious practice, they are Muslim, Christian, Jew, a lot of them, and so on and so forth. And support for Israel invasion of Gaza, are you in support or you are not in support? In support or not in support, that is a categorical variable. The religious practice like Muslim, Christian, Jew, and so on and so forth, that is another categorical variable. If you want to know the relationship between the two, then you use word chi-square because it involves now two categorical variables. So if the variables are quantitative, we are not going to use chi-square, we use regression or correlation. So that's about that. Another one is investigating the relationship between gender and love of pet. Yes, male and female, and love for what? Love for cat. You don't know who love cat the most. It's male. Is it male or female? You don't know that. The gender, male and female, is a categorical variable. The love for cat, yes or no, it's also categorical variable. If you want to know the difference between the two, you want to check maybe they are dependent, you use chi-square. So these tests are very, very important in your analysis journey or in your work research journey. So let's now move on to the purpose of this class. We want to test, we want to assess our knowledge, based on what I've said so far. So we want to know which test is suitable for all this. So we are going to choose between ANOVA, one sample to test, paired sample to test, independent sample to test, regression correlation, and chi-square. But before we move on, so I would like to ask if there is any question from the audience before we move on. Maybe we need something you want me to clarify. So I'm waiting for that in 1 to 2 minutes. We have 5 participants here, and that's enough. Any questions from the audience? Can someone please just volunteer to say if there's question or not before we move on? Can you all hear me?
No question. You can move on.
Okay. So in this next one, we are going to do it together in interactive. So you ask me the question and then you give me the now.
Excuse me, sir. Please, there is question. No.
Okay.
How do we determine if variables are true independent variables, sir?
You want to check the impact, maybe what is the influence of
Sir, I can't hear you clearly, sir. Please.
that is if you want to check if you want to check how one variable influence the other. You want to check how one
Okay.
variable influence the other. That is when you
Okay.
know if you have true dependent or independent.
True independent variables. Okay.
If you just want to check the relationship, you want to check maybe if one is moving, the other is moving. You are not concerned about the coefficient or slope. You just want to check if one is increasing, does the other increase? If one is decreasing, does the other also decrease or increase? That one is the correlation. So, look, although in practical application outside there, so we are less concerned about whether it has true independent variable or does not have true independent
Oh, it
variable.
does not.
So, the time if you want to run
Okay,
regression, there is correlation to complement your regression.
okay, sir. Thank
Correlation
you,
will
sir.
tell you the extent of the relationship, the degree of the relationship. That's what correlation will tell you. But regression will tell you the exact influence. Do you understand now? So regression will tell you the exact influence, the slope, the coefficient. But correlation will not tell you that. Correlation will just tell you there is positive relationship. Regression will tell you
Okay.
exact
Thank you.
type of work of the relationship. So that's just regression.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So a tech company wants to compare the average time spent on their website by two different user groups. Note that two different user groups. Those who receive personalized recommendations and those who don't. They collect data from both groups and they want you as an analyst to determine if there is a significant difference in average time spent between the two groups. What variable is being studied? How many groups was sampled and which test is suitable? Look at that and answer the question. We don't have much time for it. We have to be fast about it. So we have 2 minutes. If I don't see any response, I'll move on. Should I
Quantitative
point?
variable. Quantitative variable. Sir,
Please, what's your question?
the question is on the screen, man. What variable is being studied? Category? No, it is not categorical.
Someone has answered the question in the chat.
And two groups were sampled.
Thank you.
Which test is suitable? Two tests. Okay. No. Continuous.
Test suitable. You can choose between ANOVA, one sample sequence, two sample sequence, different sample sequence, regression, correlation, and type test. It's up there and check.
Okay. Continuous.
So thank you, George from Tanzania. You got them right. So let's average time spent on website is the variable being studied. That's the variable you want to study. If you read the scenario. The group being sample, how many? Two groups. Either they receive recommendation or they did not receive recommendation. And there are two different groups. Look at it, two different user groups. So if there are two groups and the groups are different, that means they come for different population, then we are going to use independent filters for that. Did you get that?
Thank you, sir.
Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So you can move on to the next one. So this is the next one.
I'm sorry, please.
How you say?
I don't get it. The network is very bad here. Please, can you recap?
Yeah, please, you can check the next one.
I didn't get anything. I didn't get anything. The network is very bad here. Please, kindly recap, please.
You can check this slide, please. You can check this slide. So as
Okay.
time goes on, you get it. So this is another one. A pharmaceutical company developed a new drug to reduce blood pressure. Before conducting a large-scale clinical trial, they want to test if the drug has any immediate effect on blood pressure. They recruit a sample of patients with high blood pressure and administer the drug to them. A sample of patients with high blood pressure and administer the drug to them. As a data analyst, The company wants you to compare the average reduction in blood pressure after taking the drug to zero. That is average reduction in blood pressure. They want you to compare the average to what? To zero. They want you to compare the average to what? To zero. What variable is this study? How many group of samples and which test is treated? These are not difficult at all, and they are real practical examples. So that's why it's like that. If you want to analyze data for a company or you want to work for a research company, don't be direct. These are the kind of things you are going to see. So I'm expecting response from George in the chat section. You don't want to talk. Why? George, why don't you want to talk? I want to hear your voice. Can I move on?
Can you hear me?
No, sir, don't move on. No.
Hello?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, the variable being studied here is blood pressure.
Uh-huh.
Why? How many group was okay? Just a group of patients
Just
was sampled.
Thank you. Uh-huh. Which test is suitable?
Hello?
What did you say?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Which test is suitable?
The variable under study is the blood pressure and how many groups were sampled. The same group, a single group.
Okay.
And the test is suitable. I can say we can use paired T testing.
You said paired T test? Which test is suitable? I think you didn't get that right.
One sample T test.
Yes.
So salary security, you are talking on the ground. You are not somebody you get it or not. That is one sample. Okay. So the blood pressure is being studied, just one group and one sample test. Because you want to compare the blood pressure of a sample of patients towards zero, just a no value. So I give example of minimum wage, national average. So that's a typical example of that. The next one, this is another one. The team of Hela is investigating the efficacy of three different treatments for managing symptoms of a chronic disease. They want to manage symptoms of a chronic disease using three different treatments. Treatment under consultation as drug A, drug B, and a place group. This is control group. If you want to determine if there is a significant difference in symptom improvement among the patients, this is really used in randomized control. This is what we call randomized control trial. Randomized control trial. But we are not going there. We have three groups here, so I already said the answer. So what variable is being studied?
Efficacy of drugs.
Now,
Okay. Managing chronic
what variable is being
The difference in symptoms improvement.
Thank you. How many group are sampled?
Three groups.
Three
Three
groups. So if you have three groups,
treatment group. Three.
which test
Yeah.
is not suitable?
Okay.
Paired T test.
Which test is suitable? We have 3 groups.
3 groups.
ANOVA.
ANOVA, thank you.
No.
The variable being studied is just symptoms, the symptoms improvement of a chronic disease, not just symptoms improvement in parametric allowing. The symptoms improvement of a chronic disease. The group in sample is 3, A, B, and placebo. That is the qualitative variable we have here. And the suitable test is ANOVA. We have 3 groups. Suitable test for ANOVA.
Sir, why is it 2 groups, sir?
I want to write 3 groups, sorry. You know, I wrote
Okay.
A, B, placebo.
And placebo. Okay.
That's the mistake.
Yes.
Thank you for pointing that out.
Okay.
So, to the next one now, yeah, it's fashion retailer, ABC Fashion. Want to test the effectiveness of their new advertising campaign. They collect data on sales before and after, just like posters and pretext. Before and after running the ad for a selected group of stores. They want you as an analyst to compare the average sale before and after the campaign to see if there is significant increase attributable to the advertising. They selected a group of stores. Before running the campaign, they've already made a sale. They recorded the sale before running the campaign. After running the campaign, that same store, they recorded the word sale again. So they now want to check either the campaign is effective or not by assessing the difference between the sales before and after. What variable is being studied? You don't need to spend a lot of time here because it's got a lot of samples, so you'll be fast in responding to it. So what variable is being studied?
The effectiveness of their new advertising campaign.
Thank you. How many groups were sampled?
Just one
2.
group.
1 group, yes. 1 group.
One group.
Which test is
1
suitable?
group. 1 group. 1 group. 1 group.
Which test is suitable?
Kite care.
So the variable being studied is average sales. The group is before and after. Before and after, but this same group, the group they come to the same population. So we have before and after, and we have 2 groups. This is before group and after group, and they come from the same population. We are going to have paired test. Paired test for that. Well, that's it. That's your correction. So we have the recording for reference as future. This is another one.
Okay, thank you.
The pharmaceutical industry is trying to make a new product to the market. The density something that helps people with diabetes, blah 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 blah. Read this. What variable is being studied? What variable is being studied? Okay, let's do that. Which test is suitable? You want to investigate the correlation between severity of the diabetes and effectiveness of product. Correlation, relationship. But that relationship, it is between 3 distinct severity levels. That is one qualitative, one categorical. And another 2 groups. That is another categorical. Group A and group B. If you have that, you have 2 quantitative or 2 categorical variables, and you want to assess the relationship or correlation. What test is used? Are you using correlation or you are using regression? Are you using correlation or you are using regression? Which one of the two? Is it all of the two or both or none? Can I move on?
Please kindly explain.
If you ask me, answer the question. I already explained in the previous slide. I said that if you want to find the relationship between two qualitative or two categorical variables, what test we use? I explain all this one by one. We have two qualitative variables or categorical variables, frequency or count data, and you want to assess the relationship. Which test is suitable? Which test is suitable? The variable being studied is severity of diabetes and product effectiveness. Since we have three distinct groups here, that is group 1, qualitative, another two groups, group A and group B, another qualitative. Then the suitable test we have is chi-square. Since it is qualitative, if it is quantitative, then you are going to use regression or correlation. But yes, qualitative, you are going to use chi-square. So this is the last one. The major airline companies, SkyJet, want to understand the factor that influence flight delays to collect data on various variables such as weather conditions, temperature, speed, and precipitation. The goal is to find the relationship between flight delay, which is the flight delay, and weather conditions. These weather conditions. What variable in this study here? What variable in this study? Do you have time? Flight delays and weather conditions. How many group were sampled? No, there's no group being sampled. What is being sampled here is just variable, no group. Or is there any group being sampled? Hello? Is there any group being sampled?
Honestly, you don't really get, sir.
No,
Eh?
no.
And the suitable test here is just correction. If you don't get it, we have access to the recordings. We have to go to that later. Maybe I can stop that was. Or you can also ask your question in the group. You can ask your question, you can also check the voice note in the group there and I will attend to it. So we have another one. So this one we have crew dependent and independent variables cost of time, like characteristics, then regression. Just because you want to know the relation between crop yield, dependent variable, and soil nutrients, independent variable. So we have to get in there. We have less than 3 minutes. So this is the end of the class. This is data analysis section. The other two sections is presentation and report writing, and we are not going to cover that normal. If you have analyzed your data, just to present it to your that's not the major purpose where we had the class. The major purpose where we had this class is because of this data analysis and we completed that. So I would have moved on to that presentation and report writing for them because these guys not really turn up from the group. Out of 20 participants, just 6 here. I will just add I will just do just a single class by next week, and inshallah, and that will be for those who have questions. So next week class will be open to everyone who has questions. You can check the videos, you can read the slide and load up your questions so we can maybe attend to it. If you don't get anything now, come by next week and ask a question, and that will be the end of the class. So, thank you. So, is there any question about what is done so far?
Maybe next week, inshallah.
Thank you, and have a nice
Thank you, sir.